Imagine walking into a city where every stone, every statue, every ritual whispers the same message. Your ruler is divine, your ruler is eternal, your ruler is unquestionable. This wasn't random, it was carefully crafted propaganda. Long before social media, emperors and kings mastered the psychology of control using symbols, myths, and rituals. Today, we uncover how these ancient leaders bent reality itself to keep their people loyal. We think of propaganda as a modern invention, posters, newspapers, political ads. But in truth, propaganda is as old as civilization. From the pharaohs of Egypt to the emperors of Rome, rulers harnessed the power of stories and symbols to shape entire societies. In this video, we'll explore 3 timeless tools of ancient propaganda. Symbols that speak louder than words, myths that bend belief, and rituals that bind people together. By the end, you'll see how these ancient techniques are still at work today, and how understanding them can help us see the hidden strings of power. Let's start with symbols. Ancient rulers knew that images speak faster than speeches. Take Egypt. The pharaohs built pyramids that weren't just tombs, they were propaganda carved into the skyline. Their massive size wasn't practical. It was psychological. A pyramid screamed, your ruler commands resources, labor, and even eternity itself. The same was true in Mesopotamia. Kings built ziggurats that reached into the heavens, as if to say, I am the bridge between gods and men. Fast forward to Rome. The Emperor Augustus flooded the empire with his image, statues, coins, monuments. Every marketplace and every street corner reinforced the same message: Augustus is everywhere. Augustus is eternal. Psychologists today call this the mere exposure effect. The more you see something, the more you accept it. Ancient rulers didn't need you to love them. They needed you to believe their power was natural, inevitable, permanent. Symbols turned stone into psychology. And once people accepted the image of power, the next step was to shape the stories that justified it. Humans are storytelling creatures. And rulers knew that if you control the story, you control reality. In Egypt, pharaohs were not just kings, they were living gods. Myths told people that the Nile flooded because of divine favor, and that Pharaoh's death and rebirth mirrored the cycle of the sun. To question the ruler wasn't just treason, it was cosmic chaos. In Mesopotamia, kings like Hammurabi claimed their laws were handed down by the gods themselves. Imagine the psychological effect. The king isn't making rules, he's merely passing along divine justice. And in Rome? The emperors tied themselves to myths of Romulus, Aeneas, and even Jupiter. Julius Caesar claimed descent from Venus. Augustus styled himself as the son of a god. These weren't casual claims, they were propaganda narratives that turned ordinary politics into sacred destiny. Modern psychology calls this the authority bias. We obey those who appear to speak with higher authority. And what higher authority could there be than the gods themselves? By controlling myths, rulers didn't just rule bodies, they ruled minds. And to cement that control, they added a third ingredient: ritual. Symbols impressed people. Myths persuaded them. But rituals made them participate. In Egypt, entire populations joined in festivals honoring the pharaoh. When statues of gods were carried through the streets, people cheered, sang, and danced. Participation wasn't optional, it was expected. And in the process, belief became embodied. Rome took this further. Gladiatorial games weren't just entertainment. They reminded people of the emperor's generosity, his control of life and death, and the glory of Rome. Every time the crowd shouted, Ave Caesar, they reinforced their own submission. In ancient China, the mandate of heaven was renewed through elaborate rituals where emperors performed cosmic ceremonies. Failure to perform them properly could signal divine disfavor, sparking rebellion. Rituals kept the ruler tethered to cosmic legitimacy. Psychologists today recognize the social proof principle. When everyone around you is participating, you feel compelled to join. Rituals weren't just public events, they were engines of conformity, weaving individuals into a collective fabric of obedience. Through symbols, myths, and rituals, ancient rulers transformed propaganda into something deeper, something psychological, even spiritual. We often imagine that propaganda is a modern weapon, born with mass media and technology. But the truth is, the psychology of propaganda is ancient. Pharaohs used stone. Emperors used myths. Kings used rituals. And today? Leaders still rely on the same psychology: overwhelming symbols, persuasive narratives, and collective rituals, whether in stadiums, on screens, or online. The techniques haven't changed. Only the tools have. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden psychology of ancient propaganda, subscribe to Timeless Lenses. Together, we'll keep exploring the mysteries of history, the secrets of power, myth, and human belief that shaped our world, and still shape it today.